Welcome to Mortgage Planner Marketing. This is Brad Roach, the Mortgage Planner, and I wanted to share with you a few things today on expectations and really working towards the current client referrals, getting more activity from clients referring you before they close, also continuing the behavior for after they close through PCRs and annual reviews and them helping your business grow. And I think a lot of us, I know I do, tend to skip past the expectations that we want not only of our team, but also that we want from the client. And I think if you are just out asking for CCRs, how does the client know that that's the expectation we're looking for? So this goes back years in the business of talking to the client about an expectation. You think this would be kind of human nature or 101 for a salesperson or a consultant or a loan originator, if you will, to go through the process with the client and talk to them about expectations. I think if we spent the time working on expectations with the client, so give you an example and walk you through my part of the business. A lot of you may meet with the client face to face. A lot of you know my business comes over the phone and online. Some clients come in and meet with us at the office, which we love to have because I think it sets the stage better and it allows you to have that rapport building or expectation talk a little bit more naturally. Through the process of going over disclosures, things like that. But let's look at it from a standpoint of the client comes in or applies with you on the phone regardless, or applies online, and we end up doing what's called a planning call. My team will say, hey, congratulations, you've been approved. Danielle will call on it and she'll say, you've been approved, want to schedule your planning call. We send out a link through our Schedule One software. It texts them just a few seconds before the call, then we call right on time. When that call happens, we talk a lot about the planning stages. How long are you going to live in the house? Should we pay points, no points, closing costs, PMI, no PMI, lender paid MI. There's a lot to cover on that based on the time they're going to spend in the house. So we focus a lot on that. What I think is missing from that conversation, I'm going back through some of my training, some of my different things and events I've sat in and different mentors of mine who have talked about, and we used to do it, which is kind of funny, and I think we've gotten a little bit away from setting the right stage with expectations and talking to the client about, Mr. Jones, before we go further, I'd like to get an understanding of what your expectations are during this process. And I think the client's going to give you some basics. They're going to say, I financed a home 10 years ago, and this should go through lickety-split, meaning stated income, some things like that. That would be a time to correct that mindset or that thinking of the client. Some clients may say, I went through this process not too long ago. It sucked. They asked for stuff 7-8 times, and then I finally got to close. So it worked out really well. My point is that they have some expectations that are attached to their thought process. If they don't, why not allow us to set the stage? So, Mr. Jones, I want to give you some expectations on how our process works. Here's what you can expect from us, this initial list up front. It's going to go through a formal scrub. However you want to explain this, we're going to ask for a couple things that are missing to go to underwriting. Underwriting will then review the file. We'll come out with a few more conditions, and then we're clear to close. During that period of time, you're going to hear from my team. You may feel like you're getting asked for stuff twice. Setting the expectation for the process. Every Tuesday by noon is our day we take great care of you. In turn, Mr. Jones, it's our expectation, our clients, because we don't spend a lot of time in marketing for new business, that they too help us with our business. And what our expectation is that we do a great job and we're meeting your expectations. And what we're talking about today, making it happen for you in a efficient and timely manner and a professional manner. Can we count on you to refer us 2 people before we close? Our marketing and our business platform are just really to a point of dependent on our clients to tell friends, family, coworkers about the great job we did from them. And I think if you could have this dialogue up front about expectations and then take it a step further, when those Tuesday updates come, when the cherry picking calls come to say, hey, Mr. Jones, is my team taking good care of you? Wanted to make sure you got your weekly update. At that point, I believe it's proper to start asking, have you ran into anybody we could talk to about a mortgage? Remember, we talked about expectations back at the beginning of the transaction. Maybe you remind them of that, maybe you don't. I think it's about bringing awareness to it. I think it's about setting the stage. I think it's about when you go to a play, they tell you to turn off your cell phones. That's an expectation that you shouldn't be on your phone. It should be quiet. Shut it off. What's the expectation you have for your client to make your process go through smooth? The other side of it is Mr. Jones, we are going to be rated on a scale of 1 through 5, 5 being phenomenal, that we did a great job for you. We want you to rate us a 5 and let us know how we could improve if we don't get a 5. We have to set the expectations, but more importantly, setting the expectations is setting your marketing stage for what your client should be doing over the next 30 days, going out and talking to new friends, family, coworkers about your business and how your team works. And then while they hold us accountable for the expectations, which they should, we again in turn can hold them accountable for the expectations we want. But I think appropriately setting that stage, talking about the referral, talking about what we expect from them and where they may be able to help us, allows us to further gain from those updates during the process. I think if you just go in and wing it, it's going to be tough to get a referral. If you go in and set the expectation, you're setting an expectation that we're going to do a great job. You're going to refer us. This is the way a transaction should go. Make it a great week and start setting expectations for you, your clients, and your team. See you soon.